It's a gorgeous Tuesday night in downtown Phoenix as the Arizona State Sun Devils welcome in another program filled with tradition. The Titans from Cal State Fullerton come calling for the first of this two-game midweek series. With the former Sun Devil SID, Randy Polakar, I'm Cavan Malayter. Randy, this entire last couple of weeks, Arizona State baseball has earned the nickname the Comeback Kids, and rightfully so.
They have really
That was all part of a performance for Arizona State in which they put up 9 runs on 17 hits. This afternoon, they look to go for the sweep. It's Game 2 in the series finale between the 17th-ranked Sun Devils of Arizona State and the Titans from Cal State Fullerton. And welcome inside the broadcast booth with Ari Wall. I'm Cavan Malayter. Thanks for stopping by this afternoon. Ari, the big story for Arizona State last night, even though it was a bullpen day, they were still really productive, only 1 run allowed against a quality offense.
Starting Friday night, 3-2 again. Connor lifts that one in the air to deep left field. Down the line in the corner, that ball is gone for a home run. And we are tied. Caden Connor hits his second of the season. And the Titans and Devils are starting over. 1-0. And Hill hammers that one to deep left field. Wallace going back. He turns and it's gone.
well. That'll clear the bases too.
Talk about putting it down in front of the fence. Why not put it over it? Arizona State opens it up. It's 7-1.
Back then, the next day I wore a helmet up in the press box. I wasn't messing around.
Giving chase is Connor right along the sidewall. He leaps. Did he make the catch? Yes, he did. Wow. Caden Connor with a leaping grab along the side rail for the second out of the inning.
Here, Willie Bloomquist is going to have to determine who his best high-leverage guys are.
That ball is absolutely hammered to right field, and it is gone. Colby Wallace gives Cal State Fullerton a 2-1 lead. The first lead of the series for the Titans. And they get the better of Josh Ansel. And Keishel hammers that one to deep center field. Guzman going back at the track, at the wall. It's gone. Have a night, Luke Keishel. 5 for 5. And he makes it 9-1 ASU.
Shadows are starting to become a little bit of a factor here.
That one's grounded hard and through for a base hit. Haley around third. He's being sent around. The relay throw from McLean in right field is not in time. And the Titans grab a 9-8 lead here in the top of the 11th. 1-2. Crowd on their feet. Swung on and missed. Strike 3. That'll do it. Arizona State, a full frontal all-around win. 9-1 the final. So it'll be Willie Bloomquist who goes to the bullpen first. He calls on right-hander Matt Teeting for the assignment in this midweek series. Teeting this season rocking a record of 3-1, earned run average of 5.91. He has made 7 starts this season in only 35 innings of work.
Well, you can't say enough about what the job that Timmy Manning did tonight. 3 perfect innings, struck out 4, faced the minimum 9, and he distributed the ball evenly. 3 groundouts, 2 flyouts, 4 strikeouts. Really, you could not have asked for a better start from him, and now he's going to turn things over to Teeting and see if he can continue it.
As you said, 3 innings of perfect baseball thrown by Timmy Manning. He picked up 4 strikeouts. 3 of those 4 were looking strikeouts.
And for Teeting, this will be, as you mentioned, his 20th appearance on the season. 35 innings pitched. One thing you do have to be aware of is opponents are hitting 292 off of him. He does have the proclivity of giving up the long ball. He leads the team with 9 home runs allowed. So he's going to have to be careful with that because he's going to face the top of this Cal State Fullerton lineup.
Second go-around for that top three that we talked about at the top of the telecast tonight. That's so dangerous. Carter White's 0 for 1, but he enters this contest batting .400.
Really, I can't say enough about the job that Timmy Manning did. I mean, really, that's the start that you wanted from him. And I think if you asked Willie Bloomquist, he would be thrilled if he could have gotten through 2. And the fact that he gave him 3 perfect innings, boy, you just can't say enough about it.
And just the confidence alone that gives Manning now moving forward.
Exactly.
Wipes that last start down in Tucson completely away.
Absolutely right.
That one misses inside, 1-1 now.
I'm not sure if that one got the umpire, if it got Newman, or both.
Newman now just going out to give the courtesy walk, so our opening umpire A.J. Lastaglio tonight has time to take a second regroup.
I don't know if you caught that there, but Lastaglio gave him a little pat on the back as he took his little crouch, saying, "Yeah, thanks for the quick breather."
2 balls and 1 strike, the pitch. Sent on the ground, backing up was Tobias. He will flip it to the covering Teeting, and that's the first out of the 4th inning.
That's a really nice play there. Good job by Teeting coming in straight out of the bullpen, first batter, and pitcher fielding practice time, and he does a nice job. Gets over to cover, and it's an easy 3-1 putout.
Yes, the PFPs.
PFP, the most important part of spring training. You don't think about it until you need it, and when you need it big time.
Just misses inside. So Guzman 1-0. This is a set of a pitching staff that is pretty sound with the mitts in terms of knowing their coverages and getting over the base, as well as knowing who they're going to on those double play situations.
Well, that's one thing that Coach Bloomquist is going to make sure that his teams do is play sound, fundamental defense. And if he finds mistakes are going to happen, but he's going to clean them up and he's going to coach them up to make sure they don't repeat those mistakes.
Teeting has fallen behind 3-0 in this at-bat.
I've followed this program for a long time, and I was a big Willie Bloomquist fan. We're both from the state of Washington, and this team is really starting to take on his I'm trying to think of the right word. They're shaped in his mold, I guess is the way to say it. Is he's putting his thumbprint on this team, and he's building the program the way he wants to do it. And it's hard for a first-time head coach, a first-time coach, period, to know how to do that. But, he's put good people around him. He's asked questions with, people he knows in the game. And I know how passionate he is about this program. And this team is really starting to take on the demeanor of their head coach. And that's a positive for all Sun Devil fans.
Yeah, already seeing improvements across the board in almost every major category, including the win department. Sunday's win was the team's 27th, which means they've surpassed their win total from Willie's first year as the skipper.
Yeah, and really last year, I don't want to say it was a free pass year for Willie, but he was learning on the job, and the cupboard was a little empty because of the previous regime, and he was getting his feet wet. And that being said, they competed every game. Mm-hmm. They didn't quit. They didn't quit down to the last game of the season, and I think that's one thing that this team has really built on this year, as we've seen from all their comeback wins. They don't quit.
Meanwhile, Teeting has thrown 6 consecutive balls, and Sam Peraza will make his first visit of the night. That walk, by the way, by Guzman is the first base runner tonight for Cal State Fullerton.
Yeah, it was going to happen eventually. It's a midweek game against a really good opponent, but just needs to calm down and put the ball in play. You got a good defense behind you.
10 up, 10 down, though, in a midweek, still pretty impressive.
Yeah, no, absolutely right, especially against a team like Fullerton. But back to what we were talking about, and your point, it's a different feeling around the ballpark here. People are excited about Sun Devil baseball, and, man, if we can get a regional here this year, next year, sometime soon, there is nothing like postseason college baseball, regional baseball, and when you're the home team and you got that home energy, man, it's quite a feeling.
And you saw last year on the softball side, the Arizona State fan base is one that's very passionate. They sold out Club Farrington every single game, both through the regional and through the super regional, and made it very tough for teams to come in and win those games. Now, granted, softball team fell just short last season. Willie Bloomquist's side hopes that if they get a regional here, it'll be the opposite result.
And this ballpark is perfect for a college baseball regional. I'll tell you that right now.
2-1 is popped up. Newman and Contreras come together. It'll be Contreras to make the grab for the second out of the frame.
Nice comeback in that at-bat by Teeting. But, you know, Packard Stadium, when we were at Packard Stadium, the regionals, we didn't get beat. We won, I think, 15 consecutive regional games to close out Packard Stadium. I mean, we rarely lost to Packard Stadium as it was, but there was an atmosphere at Packard Stadium in a regional and a super regional. And, man, I want Coach Bloomquist and everybody on the team here and all the Sun Devil fans to get to experience that again.
And Willie is not directly said it, but he has pretty much emphasized that he wants this place to become the next Packard in terms of the environment, the atmosphere, and the hostility it brings to opposing teams.
You know, you hear the old saying, oh, you know, like Cameron Indoor Arena or Pauley Pavilion back at the height of UCLA basketball is worth 5-6 points. Packard Stadium back in the day, you knew 4,000 people were going to be there. It was worth 2 or 3 runs at least in the Devils' favor.
1 ball and a strike now to Nankeel. Make it 1-2 now as Teeting fools him with 87.
It's demoralizing for an opponent when they get off that bus and they know, man, there's a really good chance we're gonna get our rear ends whipped here and get back on that bus with our hats in our hand. And that happened a lot back in the day. And it's, you know, ASU baseball can get back to that position.
Swung on and missed. Strike 3. Nankeel went chasing, and a good response there by Teeting. Still 2-0 Arizona State. This is college baseball on Pac-12 Insider.